President, please be seated. The court is now back in session, and the chamber hands the floor to the defense team for Khieu Sampon to continue putting questions to the witness. You may proceed, counsel. Counsel Kong Sampon, thank you, Mr. President, and good afternoon, Your Honors, and good afternoon, Madam Lai Hu. My name is Kong Sampon, counsel for Khieu Sampon, and I only have a few questions to put to you. My first topic is in relation to the 1st January dam. From your testimony, you cannot recall the date that you started working or the date that you concluded at your work at the work site. My question to you is the following. How many months did you spend working at the work site? Answer, I cannot recall how many months I worked there. Question. In relation to your work, you said about being stationed at the work site, that you spent the time there and that you slept there, and there was a kitchen there as well. While working there, did you relocate to another segment of the work site? No, I did not move to another segment. I only worked at one area. Question. Do you recall the land plot that was assigned to you and your group? No, I cannot recall that, as I was a member of the unit, and that will be the responsibility of the unit's chief. Question. On the last day that you remained at the 1st January dam work site, did you actually have a look at the worked area that your team work on? For example, the size of that area? Answer, from the embankment of the dam, the area that we dug the soil was rather large, but I cannot give you any estimate as to the size of that land plot. Question. Can you tell the court the actual location where you and your group worked? Were you or were your team or your groups or unit responsible for a particular size of the land plot? Answer, no, I do not know the measurement of the overall land plot. What I know is that each of us was assigned a 1 cubic meter of earth to dig and carry per day, and if we could not finish it during the day, we had to continue doing it during the night. Question. You already told the court that your group composed of 12 workers, and in the unit it constituted 50 workers. And can you tell the court how many units were assigned to work at the work site from your village? Answer: that was only 50-member unit from my work site, and we was part of the so-called special mobile unit. Question: were there other mobile units or other groups, for example, mature men and women group besides your special mobile unit group from your village? Answer: no, there was none. As for the rest, they worked at the village, and only us, the special mobile unit, was assigned to work at the dam construction work site. Question: did you know the total number of the workers from the commune assigned to work at the dam work site? Answer: no, I don't know the overall numbers of from the commune, as I was not the unit's chief. Question: do you know if other villages within the commune only assigned one special mobile unit to work at the work site, as what happened in your village? Answer: yes. Other units belongs to other villages. However, I have no idea whether there were 50 persons in a unit or there were more or less. Question: you keep repeating that you were not a unit's chief. Please be clear that here we do not speak about your role. I simply want to know the number of the workers. And allow me to move on. How far was your sleeping quarter from your actual work site where you actually worked? How many meters, or how far was it? Answer: the sleeping quarter was about 500 meters from the actual work site. This is just a rough estimate, as it was rather far. Question: now I'd like to ask you about the meetings. You said that whenever there was a meeting, all workers who worked at the first January Dam work site would be called to attend such a meeting. Do you mean all workers that worked on the first January Dam work site attended that kind of meeting, or were only the workers from within the commune attending such a meeting? Answer: I meant everyone. When there was such a meeting, every worker at the dam work site were called to attend and to listen to the speeches. Question: during the rest time or during the day that you were allowed to rest, did you spend time going along the dam or on the dam embankment? Answer: no, I did not. I only walked from my sleeping quarter to the work site, and of course we were not allowed to go here or there freely like what we can do now. Question: can you tell the court how frequent were meetings organized? Answer: no, it was not that often. It only happened occasionally. And only when Upper Onka came, the meeting was held. Question: and how many times the meetings were held during the entire period you worked at the first Evidentiary Dam worksite? Answer: it was about 4 to 5 times. Question: a while ago you just said that every worker at the dam worksite attended the meeting, and how did you know that? Answer: because I saw everyone stopped carrying the earth and came to attend the meeting. That is, after the announcement for everyone to attend the meeting was broadcast through the loudspeaker. Question: do you know the total length of the first January dam? Answer: no, I don't. I actually do not know where it started or where it ended. Question: on the topic of marriage, and you already told the chamber about your marriage. However, there is one point that I am still unsure. That is on your selection of your partner. You actually said you did not love your husband-to-be, but it was your parents and the parents of your husband who paired you up. However, later on, you said that you were proposed to marry another man, but you refused, as you only wanted to marry your husband. Otherwise, you would remain unmarried. You would remain single. So, can you clarify this issue? Whether you decided to marry your husband-to-be due to the agreement by your parents and the parents of your husband, or was it your own decision? Answer: I followed the advice of my parents. If they trusted the person for me to marry him, then I would just simply follow their advice. And of course, the chief of the cooperative wanted me to marry a separate man, but I refused. And I would say that I would remain single if I did not marry the man that my parents wanted me to marry him. Question: since you are also a Cambodian woman, and that you made your decision to marry a man following the advice of your parents, and as you just stated, and what is your view on the Cambodian tradition in terms of marriage arranged by the parents, as in your case? For example, you leave the matter to the hands of your parents to do so. President, witness, please hold on, and the Deputy International Court Prosecutor, you have the floor.
Je pensais que
I thought this witness was going to testify to the facts. Now she's being asked to express her opinion on the marriage systems. I don't think she is qualified to enlighten the chamber on these kinds of systems. That question should be for experts.
Counsel Kung Samon, I rephrase my question. Madam Witness, since you are a Cambodian woman and that you got married during the 70s, my question to you is the following. The marriage that was arranged by the parents in your village, did that kind of marriage happen rather often? Answer: usually it was Angka who arranged the marriage, for example, for the new people. But in my case, it was rather an exception, as my parents and the parents of my husband, they paired us up quite a long time ago, and I already made up my mind as to the man that I would get married. True. Question: my question that I just put to you is in relation to the general practice or traditional practice in your marriage, in your village, on selecting a husband for a daughter. And please forget about the Khmer Rouge regime, whether such a practice that happened before the Khmer Rouge or after the Khmer Rouge regime. Does such an arranged marriage by the parents occur frequently in your village? Answer: as you're asking me about such a marriage during the Pol Pot regime or after the Pol Pot regime? Question: you may tell us about what happened if such an arranged marriage by the parents before 1975. Answer: before that, the marriage was organized rather differently, as they were not arranged as what happened during the Pol Pot regime. And there was orchestra or a musical band to accompany the ceremony, and that did not happen during the Pol Pot regime. I myself was married during a Pol Pot regime during a 25-couple marriage ceremony. Question. Allow me to repeat my question again. And I hope that the national judges or lawyers who understand about the Cambodian tradition would be interested in your response, that is on the marriage arranged by parents in the Cambodian society. And my question to you is whether such a marriage occurred frequently in your village. I do not want to talk about the process of the marriage or whether a musical band entertained such a ceremony. So my question to you is, did you witness such a marriage arranged by the parents? If so, how many in your village? Answer. There were rather many, as the parents from both sides agreed to the marriage, and usually such a ceremony was rather a big one. I mean, tens of thousands of they spend a lot of money for such a ceremony, and they had to follow a traditional process through the engagement, through marriage. Counsel, thank you, Madam Witness, and Mr. President. I don't have any further question for this witness. President, the hearing of the testimony of Ms. Lai Hu is now concluded, and Madam Lai Hu, the Chamber is grateful of your testimony during the last 2 days, and it may contribute to ascertaining the truth in this case. Your testimony is now concluded, and you are no longer required to be present in the courtroom. Therefore, you may return to your place of residence or wherever you wish to go to, and we wish you a safe journey. Court officer, in collaboration with WISU, please make necessary transportation arrangement for Madame My Lai Hu to return. And the Chamber would also like to thank the TPO staff for your assistance. However, the Chamber has been informed that you will also assist the true TCCP 255 who will be here shortly. Please remain seated in the courtroom. And Madame My Lai Hu, you may now leave the courtroom. And court officer, please usher the civil party to TCCP 255 into the courtroom. President, good afternoon, Madam Civil Party. What is your name? Civil Party, good afternoon, Mr. President. My name is Hun Sathani. President, thank you, Madam Hun Sathani. When were you born? Answer. I was born on the 17th April 1955. Question. When were you born? Answer. I was born in Tultmore village, Sambumi commune, Kampong Cham district, Kampong Cham province. Question. What is your current address? Answer. Currently, I live in Trapang Chirei village, Krola commune, Kampong Sim district, Kampong Cham province. President, thank you, Madam Hun Sathani. And what is your current occupation? Answer. I'm a grocery seller. Question. What are the names of your parents? Answer. My father is Hun Samat and my mother is Kai Jung. Question. What is the name of your husband and how many children do you have? Answer. My husband is Kung Srin and we have a son. President, Madam Hun Sathani, as a civil party in these proceedings, you may make a victim's impact statement, if any, concerning the crimes which are alleged against the accused, if you wish to do so. Pursuant to Rule 91B of the ECCC internal rules, the Chamber will give the floor to the lead co-lawyers for civil parties first to put question to this civil party, and the combined time for the civil party lawyers and the co-prosecutors are 2 sessions. And the floor is now given to the lead co-lawyers for civil parties. You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to give the floor to my colleague, Councillor Moksavanari.
President, you may now proceed, Council. First, good afternoon, Mr. President, Your Honours, everyone in and around the courtroom. Good afternoon, Madam Civil Party. I have some questions to put to you. If you cannot hear my questions clearly, please do not give your response immediately. You can ask me to repeat my questions. I would like to ask you, where did you live on 17 April 1975? Answer. I lived in Kampong Cham province, near a market. Mic is not activated. President, please turn on your microphone. Council, in document E3/4790 EON in Khmer 00582090, English, French 00967204, English 00940138. You stated in that document that you and your family were forcibly transferred out of Kampong Cham town. As a result, you went to live in Prekan Long with your own parents. Could you tell the court in which district and province was Prekan Long located? Answer. It was called Prek Tanung. It was not called Prek Kanlong. This Prek Tanung was in Koh Sultan district, Kampong Cham province. Thank you. Could you tell the court when you were forcibly transferred out of Kampong Cham town, how many of your family members were forcibly evacuated? Answer. 12 of us were evacuated. My parents, 2 of my parents, my 9 siblings, and my husband. I am referring to my immediate family members. I am not referring to other relatives. Counsel, thank you. On the same page of document, you stated that your family members left your home because you were afraid of being killed. Did you ever see any incident when people refuse to leave their home? Did any ordeal happen on those people who refuse to leave their homes? Answer. While we were walking along the way, we heard gunfire. Those who had been evacuated, they came to whisper us that those who refused to leave their home would be shot dead. Because I saw people were shot dead, I ran out of my house. Everyone was in a hurry to leave their homes. Counsel, thank you. I would like to move to the period when you were leaving Kampong Jam town. In document E3/4790 EON in Khmer 0058/2090, French 00967204, English 00940138. You stated that after you and your family had been transferred to Swai Troheim Pagoda in PMG Kong district, they made your and your family's biographies. Upon your arrival at Prekanlong, they made the biographies once again. Who are you referring to when you say they? Answer. I refer to unit chief, village chiefs, and commune chiefs. Council, thank you. Do you know the reason you were asked to make a biography? Answer. We were told that former civil servant would be separated from ordinary people. They could not live or mingle together. Council, thank you. Did any noticeable incidents happen after biography was made? Answer. People were watched over, and they said that if people committed to their work and if people worked hard, they would tolerate on those people. During that time, the killing did not happen very frequently. Council, thank you. On the same page of that document, you stated that you and new people were transferred to Barai district. Your father, who told them that he was a former teacher, was sent along with other former teachers to Barai Phum Tod. You and other peasants were sent to Po Pi village, Barai district, Kampong Thom province. Why were people separated into different places? Could you and your father choose to live together? Answer. In relation to choice, we did not have any choice to make. It depended on them to separate us. Council, thank you, Madam. Could you tell the court, after biography was made and after your father told that he was a former teacher, what did Khmer Rouge cadres do to your father? Answer. He was put under experiment. He was placed in the kitchen. He was separated to work in different places from their children. At one time, he would be assigned to do one specific assignment. At another time, he would be assigned to do other work. Counsel, thank you. I am referring to the same document, the document that you provided your statement to the court. You stated that in the end, in late November 1976, your father, Hun Samat, and your two younger siblings, Hun Sokjiwat and Hun Koltida, were sent to work at the 1st January dam. How old were your younger siblings when they were sent to work at the 1st January dam site? Answer. So, Chirat was born in 1958 and Tida was born in 1960. Counsel. Thank you, Madam Civil Party. In the same document, you stated that because they dug soil too deeply, many people died from soil collapse. How did you know this? Answer. Concerning soil collapse, it happened near the place where I was working. The soil was being drilled and there was competition in work during that time. So in order to complete our work quicker than the other, we drill the soil. We try to dig the soil, and as a result, there was soil collapse. Counsel, can you tell the court you were also sent to work at that dam site? Is that correct? Answer, yes, that is correct. I was assigned to dig dirt or soil at that dam site as well. Counsel, thank you. I would like to clarify with your statement. You stated that there was competition in work during that time, and some workers tried to drill the dirt at that time, and as a result, there was soil collapse. Did you witness soil collapse with your own eyes, or did you hear about this from others? Answer. I got a disease during the time that there was soil collapse. I was told by the village chief to go and collect the herbal medicines to drink. On that day, there was soil collapse. I was told by my colleague, and I was told that there was someone died because of soil collapse. Council, thank you. I am referring to the same document. Khmer Iran is at 0058 2094. French 0096 7207. English 0094 0141. You stated that you were part of the mobile units, and for those who had young children, they were sent to work at the 1st January dam site. And you were on foot and walked through that place. How long did it take to travel from the place where you live to the work site? Answer. Before we went to work, there was a meeting. We were told that we had to wake up in the early morning. We were told that we had to travel to the work site and we would have breakfast at the work site. We have to be on time. Council. Are you referring to breakfast or are you referring to lunch? Answer. I am referring to lunch. Council. I am referring to the same document. EON in Khmer 0058 2091, French 0096 7205, English 0094 01 39. You said that you were forcibly asked to dig the soil at the 1st January dam during the first phase. Could you tell the court about the specific location where you were assigned to work there? Answer. We were on foot, and when we reached Tropang Chirei Pagoda, we stayed there. There was sleeping quarters. So we were first told to work at the work site close to the pagoda. It was about 100 meters away from the pagoda. That was the first place where I was working. We were working until noon time, and we had to resume work at 2 p.m. Council, thank you. Could you clarify for the court why the place was called the first phase of 1st January dam? Answer. As for the 1st January dam, new people were not allowed to attend the inauguration ceremony on that day, and I was told that Tapok was on hand during that ceremony.
សូមអរគុណអ្នកស្រី
Council, thank you, Madam Civil Party. How long was you assigned to work at that dam site? Answer. The construction started in December. And it continued until the period that it was rainy season. From my recollection, we returned to our villages in June or July.
ខ្ញុំអាចនិយាយ
Council, is that correct to say that you were assigned to work at the 1st January dam site from December 1976 until mid 1977? Answer, yes, it was perhaps so. Council, thank you. During the period that you were working, were you assigned to work on one particular place, or were you assigned to move around and work in different places? Once again, or were you asked to work in different places? Answer. I was not asked to focus on one specific place. I worked in 3 different places. First, I worked at Wat Tropang Chirei. And then I was asked to dig soil near the national road in Kampong Tmo district. And for the 3rd time, I with other people from other zones, 42 or 43, to build a dam to keep the water. Council, when you and other people were assigned to work at that dam site, did anyone of you review the work there, and did you have the right to make a request to choose and select the specific place to work? Answer, no. New people could not make such a request.
ចាសសូមអរគុណអ្នកស្រី
Council, thank you, Madam Civil Party.
នៅក្នុងក្រុមដែលអ្នកស្រីធ្វើការនៅការដ្ឋានទុកមួយអ្នកកណានឹងតើមានគ្នា
In your group, how many of you were they all new people, or were there some base people in your group?
នៅក្នុងនោះ
Answer. There were new people and old people in my group. And as for the second mobile unit, members were mostly young.
សូមអរគុណ
Council, thank you.
តែនៅក្នុងក្រុមនោះ
How many of you were there in your group? Answer. There were about 50 female workers and 30 to 40 male workers.
សូមអរគុណអ្នកមីងអញ្ចឹង
Council, thank you.
អ្នកមីងហ្នឹងតើគាត់ឈ្មោះ
What about your
ជាជនចាស់ឬក៏ជា
group chief or unit chief? Was he or she a new person or base a person?
អ្នកថ្មី
Answer. New person could not be the chief. He was the base person. His name was Anne. He is already deceased.
ចាស់សូមអរគុណអ្នកស្រី
Council.
ពេលដែលអ្នកស្រីធ្វើការ
In the period that you were working,
ដែលត្រូវបានគេចាត់តាំងឲ្យទៅធ្វើ
were there any young children assigned to work at that dam site? Yes, there were. Children were in the second mobile unit.
ក្រុមចល័តទី2ដែលអ្នកស្រីបានមានប្រសាសន៍ហ្នឹង
Council, you mentioned about the second mobile unit. How old were they? Answer. The age range was from 13 to 19.
ចាស់សូមអរគុណអ្នក
Council, thank you. Mr. President, I know that it is now the time for the adjournment and I am about to move to another new topic. I am at your wisdom. President, thank you. Council, the court is now, it is now convenient time for the adjournment and the hearing will resume tomorrow on Wednesday, 27 May 2015, and we will continue to hear the testimony of the civil party Setani, and perhaps the chamber will move on to hear 2 TCCP 230 as well. Thank you very much, Madam Hun Setani. The hearing of your testimony does not come to an end yet. You are invited to be here again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Court officer, please work with vessels to send Madam Hun Setani to her place, and please invite her back to the courtroom before 9 a.m. Thank you as well, Madam Tadain, the support staff from TPO, and you are also invited to sit close by the civil party, and you have to be here before 9 a.m. Security personnel are instructed to bring Mr. Nuon Chie and Kielson Pon back to the detention facility, and please return them to the courtroom before 9 a.m. The court is now adjourned.